Coach, it's a day for celebration in the East Bay. It is, for all intents and purposes, the final chapter of what has been a great era of football here in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now! 180! 180, we're good, we're good! 180! What you got, baby? What you got?
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they're going to have a third down.
Down! 280! Mike 44! Watch the run! Watch the run!
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Oh, refusing to go down. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Let's go! 15-1. 15-1. 53! Squeeze, double. 5!
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 17 yards the pickup there.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
We got three, fellas. We got 3. Hey, Haywood. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Looking to throw again on second down. Minshew. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars.
Makes the score Jaguars 7, Raiders 0.
And Lambo now after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
On 2nd and 7. Carr got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. 23 yards the pickup there. Throwing on first down is Carr. It's complete to Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 29, Carr. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
To throw, it's Carr. Incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. On the end around now, this is Nelson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come drive, and that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw. Here we go, here we go. Ready?
That one complete. He finds Shark. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready, ready, ready. 60 yards. 53, that's 53. Come on, dude. Now.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Hey, Sam off. Get it.
Fournette, a first down carry. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 34. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
A nice pickup on first down, 7 yards.
To number 86. A 7-yard pickup.
Ready, 8, read. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, orbit.
Throwing on second and 3. Minshew eluding the pressure right. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 25 yards that time.
Set. 10-2 soft. Right. Tackle. Sit up. 53.
The carry here for the big tight end. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The rookie there defensively to knock it away, Trayvon Mullen.
You figure down in the red zone, the play call that's going to come in, find the guy that's most susceptible, the guy that you think that you can beat. In this case, they tried to pick on the rookie, and he was actually up to the challenge.
Yes, he was. Solid job knocking that away. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now Carr, flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Hey, we're good, we're good. You right, Eddie?
On second down now, Richard gets around him. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Check, check. Lucky.
On second down, it's Jacobs, and he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Shotgun now for Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
29.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. J.J. Nelson. His 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Lambo to add on the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Lambeau now after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. The quick slant caught, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns, and the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Carr now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now Carr. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Carr now on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off down at the 2.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
It's a gain of 10.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Ready, ready. 53, Mike. Watch the curl, watch the curl. Shoot.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
80 seconds.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Here's Logan Cook now. And look at this. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down.
Break. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. I don't think you got it, son. 5.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. One more time, it's Cannon.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Minshew sets to throw. Open is Swain, the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. From the gun, a run with Cannon. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Minshew, 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
53, Mike, 53. I'm coming after you. Go. Check. Go. Now.
On 2nd down, Minshew. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's go. 90, Wolf. Oh, yeah. Get it.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, Minshew. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. first down. Richard. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, I-7.
From the gun, Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field.
Rush comes and they block it. It's picked up. Remember, the ball is live. And they are going to wind up with a football down at the 1-yard line. Put that block on top of the nice lead that they have, and now it's trouble here in the 3rd quarter on the other sideline.
Well, I think it's more than trouble. They're just trying to figure out how to survive through this ball game now. They're about to really lay it down on them.
And they can just run some clock, get this thing to the 4th quarter, try to put it on cruise control. They'll run forward with Montgomery. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. David Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Well, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
60 outlaw. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hit it.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Open man right side is Shark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
And the Jaguar first down.
Back now in the East Bay. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Cannon. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
6, 6, pull it high. 50, flank. Ready?
Off play action, it's Minshew. Trying to lay one up deep. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know it feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. The throw complete here to Williams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's A.J. Cole now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready up.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked by Darryl Worley. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Flushed out right, letting one go. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Josh Allen, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Carr to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. On second down, Montgomery. And a big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Hey, Zoo!
Throwing on second down now, Minshew. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. On the return is Jones. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in there. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
On 3rd down, Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 46. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Maurice Hurst, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun is Minshew. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James O'Shaughnessy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Josh Allen, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. After the sack on 1st down, Carr under pressure again, and down he goes again. Miles Jack with a sack. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Jacksonville, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.